So 8D means 8 discipline. It is an effective problem solving tool. So mastering 8D is very, very important to solve problems from the root, and you can, so that you can find out the root cause of any problem. So today we are going to go into the deep of the 8D problem solving tool. We'll find out the different steps involved in the 8D, and we'll describe everything in details. So first of all, you need to know what is 8D. 8D is nothing but it is a structured approach of solving problems, mainly in manufacturing and quality management industry. It helps you to find out the root cause of any problem, and it helps you to eliminate the problems from the root so that the problem doesn't happen again. So that is basically your 8D tool. It is very, very important Lean Six Sigma tool. It is very much powerful Lean Six Sigma tool, and it is very popular. It is very popular tool. Now we need to know why to use 8D. So 8D, it provides a systematic way to solve the problems. It prevents recurrence of the problem, so that problem doesn't happen again. If you can solve the problem from the root, then the problem will not happen again. So it ensures that it prevents the recurrence, it improves processes, and it enhances the customer satisfaction. Customer means the internal customer as well as the external customer. Internal customer means your own department, within your own department and the cross-functional departments. That is basically your internal customer. Your external customer is basically your buyer, those who are buying your products or services. That will be external customers. So customers will be happy. If customers are happy, it will ensure your business growth. It will ensure your growth of the business. It will scale and expand your business. So that is very, very important. That is why it is so popular in Lean Six Sigma. It is so popular in manufacturing and quality management industry. It is very widely used. So, hello, this is Surajit Banerjee. I welcome you all to our channel, the Lean Six Sigma World, your go-to place for mastering Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques. So, we are diving deep today into the 8D analysis, 8D tool. So, now we are moving into the 8 different steps. What are the 8 different steps that are involved in 8D? Means 8 disciplines. So, first D is basically form a team. That is D1. Form a team. Form a high energy team. There's a big difference between a normal team and a high energy team. High energy team, basically they are highly energetic. They are very highly motivated. They are inspired to do some great work for their own department and for the organization. They are disciplined. They are very much curious to solve the problems. They are ready to accept the challenges, and they are always focused on to find out the solutions of the problems. They want to eliminate the problems from the root. So they are so much energetic, and that's why it's very important to form a high energy team first to solve the problem. Now move on to D2, that is basically define the problem. Now to solve the problem, you should have a clear and defined problem. The problem should be clearly defined. The problem should be clearly defined. Until unless the problem is clear and it is clear to everyone, we cannot solve the problems. We cannot solve the problems from the root. That is why clearly define the problem is very important. Now, to define the problem, it is very important to understand that what is the adverse effect of a particular problem on your business. What is the adverse effect of the problem into your business, so that you can solve the problem in that way. Now we move on to D3, that is basically implement containment actions. Now you need to take actions and you need to fix the problem. You need to find some solutions for the particular problem, and on the parallel way, you need to also focus on the find out the root cause of the problem. Until unless you are finding out the root cause of the particular problem, in that mean period, in that time period, you need to fix the problem. You need to provide some solutions of the particular problem by taking corrective actions, by taking actions. Now we move on to the next D4, that is basically identify the root cause. Now we need to find out what is the root cause of the problem, because problem should be solved from the root. Until unless it is solved from the root, it will again happen. Recurrence of the problem will happen. It will continue to happen. That is why it is very important to identify the root cause and solve the problems from the root so that it doesn't happen again. You can take help of some tools like 5 analysis, fishbone diagram is there, Pareto chart is there, FME is there. You can take the help of the problems and identify the root cause of the problem so that the problem doesn't happen again. Now go to the D5. D5 is develop permanent corrective actions. Now we need to find out what are the permanent corrective actions that we can take so the problem recurrence doesn't happen, and the problem can be eliminated permanently from the area of work. Permanent corrective actions is very, very important. So you need to find out what are the permanent corrective actions that we can take to solve the problems. For the long-term benefit, to get long-term benefit for long-term solutions, we need to fix the permanent corrective action. Now the next is D6, that is implement and validate corrective actions. Now you can take some corrective actions, but you need to understand that it should be technically feasible and commercially viable. It should be implemented. Until and unless I can implement that particular corrective actions, it has no use. So you need to discuss with the cross-functional team members, the management teams, as well as the AGT, high energy teams, and those who are working in the shop floor. You need to discuss with them. You need to discuss with the cross-functional team members as well as the management. You need to project your corrective actions. Then only this can be implemented, because corrective actions should be implemented properly in the real field of work. Then only it has a validity. So now we move on to the next slide, that is D7. It is the prevent future problems. Now you have implemented corrective actions as well, but you need to ensure so that it doesn't happen in future. So for that you need to do certain things, like you need to develop standard operating procedures, SOPs. You need to conduct audits on timely basis. You need to give some trainings to the operators. You need to fix operator checklist, and you need to monitor that. You need to keep a close eye on the corrective actions that have taken, whether it is implemented properly or not, whether it is being monitored properly. So you need to monitor properly. Then only the corrective actions will be sustained. So in order to sustain the corrective actions, you need to monitor properly, so that the future problems, you can prevent the future problems. Or even if the problems happen, you can before the failure happens, you can mitigate that, you can eliminate that. Now moving on to next, it is the last stage. It's a D8. Celebrate and recognize the team. It is very, very important that whenever you get the success, you need to celebrate, because until unless you celebrate, you remain in the past. You remain in your memory. So you need to move forward. You need to go ahead. So you need to celebrate, and you need to recognize the team. If you recognize the team will be motivated. The team will be inspired. They will be highly energetic to do some great work in the coming times as well. That is very, very important for the growth of the business, that you need to celebrate and recognize the team. You need to just move forward. You should not remain in the past. Rather, you should move forward to do some other great works in the coming times. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and comments below with your thoughts on 8D tool, whether you have implemented 8D tool or not, whether you are planning to implement 8D tool in the coming times or not, or what you have learned today from this video. Share your experience in the comments. Express your thoughts, express your knowledge, express whatever you have learned. So we'll be very happy to hear that and to view that. So you can also join our exclusive WhatsApp community. You will get free updates on Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques, and all the related documents to the Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques for free. So you can join our exclusive WhatsApp community. And stay tuned, because we have more exciting Lean Six Sigma insights coming our way. Thanks for your valuable time. Thanks for being part of the Lean Six Sigma world. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. So thank you. Thank you so much.